Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Randy from Tech Rescue. I just got back from the gym and I wanted to go live because of something that I've really been thinking about a lot. So, I'm working on a book with some other cybersecurity experts. Should be out this summer. So excited about it, not gonna lie. But one of the topics, like my topic that I picked, was why is your business at risk for getting attacked? And for me, um, one of the things that I really, because I'm also a small business owner, one of the things that I really want to focus on in this book is how much value is in your business that you really don't realize. Because bottom line is keeping your business secure is going to require more investment than like what IT required, like 10 years ago. And if you don't realize the value of your business and what's on the line, that extra expenditure, that extra investment could seem like a lot if you don't realize what's on the line. And so in my book, I'm really going to do a deep dive in 3,000 words or less, I think. But I'm really going to do a deep dive. Maybe it's 30,000 words. I'm really going to do a deep dive, though, with in my chapter. That is, I'm really going to do a deep dive, though, on how much is your business worth, because it's really worth a lot more than you realize. And things like your data that you've developed, your processes that you have developed, the information that you have that belongs to your customers, like personal information, private information, that you need to do business with your customers, proprietary like platforms that maybe you've developed, databases that you use, like all of these things are worth value. And we get that. And we know that our business is worth value because we could walk out go to some broker and put our business up for sale and get some money for it. So we know it's of value from that perspective. But one of the things that people don't really realize, though, is that their brand has value. Your name, the name of your business, and the reputation that comes with your business, all of these things have a huge value. And I want to ask you some questions so you can think about this. The first one is, why is your brand so important? There's a saying with bars, especially in I'm in San Marcos, which is like half college town at least. And, there's a saying with bars, well, if they get, like a ticket or a fine or whatever, they'll just close down and then they'll reopen, in 3 weeks under another name. They're obviously not worried about their particular brand because they are in a certain place where there is basically a captive audience, all of those college students walking around on the square. So they're not that worried about their brand. But for a typical business, the brand is everything, because when somebody decides to do business with you, a lot of times it's either by a referral or maybe they've heard about you. Maybe your business has won, best of Hayes or best of, whatever county that you're in or state that you're in. And, those things all have value. And so your brand is important because it has value. And your brand, if you work on developing your brand and you're consistent with it, you're going to have a brand that will help open doors for new business. So your brand's important for a lot of reasons. And hopefully you're thinking about some of those reasons. Why is your brand important? But like I said, it's important because it opens doors. It's important because it's tied to what you do. There is a particular reputation that goes with that. I hate tooting my own horn. Don't get me wrong, but like Tech Rescue's won Best of Hayes, I think for like 10 years straight. I mean, and that's amazing. And, like I said, I'm not trying to toot our own horn or whatever. We're definitely not perfect. We're not perfect, but we try to be. We love what we do. We love working with people. We love seeing other businesses succeed, and we try hard at what we do. We work our butts off. at Tech Rescue. Like I said, we're not perfect. And, it's amazing. It's amazing that we win that we've won that so many times. It just blows my mind. But if you think about it, that goes with part of what makes our brand so important, because Best of Hays doesn't go with me personally. Best of Hays goes with Tech Rescue. And so that's one of the reasons that it's so important. But I want you to be thinking about that question and asking yourself that question, like, why is my brand so important? Is your business, are you literally just like a chuck in a truck? And if cyber criminals came in and they ransomed everything and they sold all your information, could you just go out to your truck, pull the magnet off, and slap on a new magnet with a new brand, get a new Microsoft 365 tenant or whatever, bada bing, bada boom, and just start new? Or would your business be hurt? When I'm doing cybersecurity reviews, so I will do, and Tech Rescue, we'll do a full-blown cybersecurity review for a business. And we'll go into like your dark web exposure. We'll do phishing tests, your network exposure, your personal information, private information, your valuable information on your network. We'll do all of that. And at the end, I give like a follow-up kind of proposal where we make suggestions. And a lot of people have never thought of this. And they think, oh, if I just get ransomware, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to close shop. I'm going to pull that magnet off my car. I'm going to go have a new one made. It used to be, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now I'm going to be H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, plumbing, and I'm going to throw that on my car or my truck, and I'm just going to keep going. And they never really think about the reputation that's tied to their specific brand and how much value that it has. And I want you to really think about that, because that's what's at stake here. That's one of the many things that's at stake, but that's huge at stake right here. I'm going to be doing a live webinar, the end of May, and I'm really going to be talking a lot this month about value and what your business is worth and these kind of things. And we're going to be talking in that webinar about how to protect this. It'll be probably around the third week, maybe the fourth week of May. I'm waiting to get some dates back from the person who's our marketing person about that. But bottom line is, I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to go ahead and sign up for that, because it's really going to help you secure and know how to secure this particular asset, and which is your business and the value of your business. The other question I want to ask relating to the value of your business is, what work has gone into your brand? Y'all, this is very, very huge, because the work that's gone into your brand, I'm thinking about that right now. And over the past 7 months, I've been going from here to here with my business. I'm doing what I like to call HNL with Tech Rescue. I'm going to a whole nother level. Okay. And I got to tell you, it is freaking grueling. In fact, somebody told me yesterday that the closest you'll come to die with your business is when you're taking your business to a whole nother level. And I tell you what, that is so true. And I want to ask you, what kind of work has gone into your brand? The grueling hours that you've put into your brand, the blood, sweat, and tears, all of that's gone into your brand. What kind of work has gone into your brand? And would you be willing to just walk away from it? Y'all, I mean, it could happen. I don't want to walk away from it. Man, I've put some blood, sweat, and tears into this business. Why would I want to go I don't use a magnet, but why would I want to take my magnet off my truck and slap a new one on and, just be back in business or whatever? I mean, gosh, I don't want to waste the time that I've put into this business because I've put so much into it. And so, y'all, when we're talking about cybersecurity and protecting your business, you've got to think about that. I mean, yeah, a lot of the work that I've put into it is experience learned. And if I started a new one, I'd be pretty good. But the whole Tech Rescue reputation, all of that, all the way that helps open doors searching. We get over 1,000 searches a month of people just looking for Tech Rescue. That's because of our brand. And if I was starting something new, all of that would go away, and I don't want to do that. So I gotta ask that question. What kind of work have you put into your brand? And most likely it's blood, sweat, and tears, and it's not something that you would want to lose. The other question I want to ask is, what about your brand that, if stolen, would be devastating? So if your website was stolen, your social media accounts, if those were stolen, would that be devastating? What would happen if somebody got in control of those and started posting all kinds of crazy stuff? Or what if they got a hold of your company database and started hitting up all your clients and said, something crazy like, hey, we've infected your business. We've infected this business you do business with, and now we're coming after you. I mean, y'all, the things that could be stolen from your business, there's so many things. I don't know specifically for your business, but there's so many things that could be stolen that if they were, it would be devastating. And you've got to think about those things. Your employees, like their well-being. If you had a downtime because of ransomware, and you went through all of your savings, because we're talking sometimes recovering from these things takes months. Sometimes businesses have to close down for several weeks to months. They have to close down with no income. Like if that happened and then you couldn't pay your employees, how devastating would that be to lose some of your employees? Because, none of the businesses out there can run unless they're literally one person. None of the businesses out there can run without employees, and all that stuff, man, all that stuff has value, and it would be devastating if it was stolen from you. And so I want you to be thinking about that, is what things in your business, if they were stolen, would be devastating. And then the final question I want to ask, and y'all, I know this sounds like doom and gloom, but it's like, it's like if a doctor talked to you and there was something that was wrong that could kill you, and then you would literally die from it, but you could do something about it to prevent it. Yeah, it would seem kind of doom and gloom if the doctor sat you down and, and they were like, well, you've got this life-threatening disease and you're going to be dead in a month if you don't do something about it. That's what I'm trying to say here, y'all. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, but I am saying there's a huge threat on the horizon. It's coming, and we've got to do something about it. Here's the diagnosis. Here's the prognosis. And now it's time to act. And so my final question I want to ask with that in mind is, if these things happen that I've mentioned, and maybe some you've thought about on your own, if these things happened, would your brand be ruined forever? Would you be able to come back from it, 3 months, 6 months down the road, or would you just be completely ruined? And that's something that I want you to be thinking about. Would your brand be ruined for good? Well, y'all, I know a lot of this stuff is heavy duty stuff. And, I've had a couple of people comment, about maybe like, I'll do some lives, when hunting season comes around, I'll do some lives that aren't maybe just cybersecurity or whatever. And I know some of this stuff does seem kind of gloom and doom, but the reason is cybersecurity attacks are way up, 600% in 2020. We don't have the stats for 2021, but it really feels like 2020 was this 600% and 2021 is going like that. So like we might get another 600% in 2021. And I know that it's a lot to handle, but it's our new normal, just like Zoom calls are our new normal, and people working from home at least part of the time are our new normal. Cybersecurity, dealing with cybercrime, preventing it, being ready in case it does get through the defenses, all of that is our new normal, and it's something that we have to deal with. Guys, if you have questions or comments, you can put them on these posts. I should be going live to Facebook and YouTube right now. Hopefully it's all working. So you can put a comment on those posts, and as I see them, I will answer them. Or you can shoot me an email at randy@mytechrescue.com if you have any questions, or if you know somebody who needs help in this specific area. Don't hesitate to reach out on Facebook. You can shoot me a DM. I really appreciate you guys hanging through the end of the video. Once again, I'm going live most weeks on Tuesday at noon. I know today it was 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Tuesday at noon is going to always be my goal unless something comes up. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in. And I really hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. Talk to y'all later.